Hi, this is Mr. Nazarian. Our learning objectives today. I can solve real-world and mathematical problems involving volume of an object using the formulas volume equals length times width times height, or volume equals base times height. It's 5th grade standard measurement and data, C5b. Also, I can find the volumes of solid figures made up of two right rectangular prisms, 5th grade standard measurement and data, C5c. Okay, Sage has a terrarium. She recently adopted a bearded dragon. The pet store said that her lizard will need at least 10 cubic feet of living space to be happy. Sage measured her terrarium and found a length of 3 feet, a width of 2 feet, and a height of 2 feet. Her teacher had taught her that there was a special formula to find out the volume of a rectangular prism. Length times width times height. She multiplied the dimensions together. Does her terrarium have enough volume to keep her bearded dragon happy? So, in order to answer that question, we are going to have to find the volume of her terrarium. So remember, she measured the length, the width, and the height, the 3 dimensions of her rectangular prism terrarium, and it was 3 feet long by 2 feet wide by 2 feet high, or tall. So the formula for finding volume is length times width times height. So we will look at that. We'll go ahead and do the length, which is 3, times the height, which is 2, times the width, which is 2. And that will give us 3 times 2, which is 6, times 2, which is 12. And we can't just leave it at 12. We have to label this because 12 what? 12 kittens? 12 pickles? What are we talking about? And what we're talking about is we're measuring this in feet, right? The dimensions are all in feet. So it's going to be 12 feet. Just do FT here. And it's not, if it was just 12 feet, that would be like one line, right? A straight line, 12 feet. But we're talking about volume, which is 3-dimensional. So anytime we're talking about volume, it's in cubic measurements. So cubic feet, cubic inches, depending on what the dimensions are that you're measuring. Since we're measuring in feet, it's going to be feet cubed or cubic feet. So, the other, just real quick, the other formula for finding volume, length times width times height, the other one is base times height, which the base is our length and our width. So if I did this real quick here, our base would be the bottom of it, right? Like the floor where the bearded dragon hangs out. And so that is the length times the width. That would give us the area, or of the bottom here, the base. And so that again would be 6. 6 times the height would be 12. It's the same thing. So that's just another way to think about it. So anyway, so we know that the volume of her terrarium is 12 feet cubed, or 12 cubic feet. And remember, the bearded dragon needs 10 cubic feet to be happy. So to answer this question, does her terrarium have enough volume to keep her bearded dragon happy? The answer is yes, because as we know, 12 is greater than 10. All right. So the next thing I wanted to think about was, let's say that she enjoyed her bearded dragon so much, and her bearded dragon, though, sometimes seemed lonely. It seemed like she'd like to have a friend to hang out with. So Sage got a second bearded dragon. Well, it wouldn't be enough room if she just had the one terrarium for 2 bearded dragons. So she went ahead and purchased another terrarium. This one, it was slightly longer, and then she removed this one wall here to make it a big irregular shaped terrarium. So it's no longer a rectangular prism. It's made up of 2 rectangular prisms, but together it makes like this L shape. So just to make sure that she needed to have twice as much volume, since she has 2 bearded dragons, just wanted to make sure how much volume she had in this now irregular shaped terrarium. So in order to do that, all that she needs to do is find out the volume of, she already knows the volume of her original terrarium, and add that volume to the volume of her new terrarium, because both of those terrariums together makes this one big terrarium. So using that same formula for each one of these, we just need to say, okay, this is this L shape, this irregular shape, but really I can look at it as here's a rectangular prism here, here's a rectangular prism here. So I just need to find the volume of each one. So the original one, if you remember, was 3 feet long, 2 feet high, and 2 feet wide. So that gave it a total volume of 12 cubic feet. Now we need to find out the volume of this new terrarium, this new rectangular prism here. And you can see it is 2 feet wide as well. And you can see it's also the same height, so it's going to be 2 feet tall by, it's a little bit longer, it's 4 feet wide. So that's going to give us, remember we're going to use that same formula of length times width times height. So 4 times 2, which is 8, times another 2 is 16. So the volume of this rectangular prism is going to be 16 feet cubed, or cubic feet. And then I'm just going to add up these two volumes, and that'll give me the total volume here. So I've got 16 plus the 12. That's going to give me 28 feet cubed, or cubic feet. All right, and that is how you find the volume of a rectangular prism and the volume of an irregular shape made up of two rectangular prisms. All right, look forward to working on it tomorrow with you. See you then.